Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. In today's video, we are going to start with the Moonshot chart. This is one of my most important videos of the year. This chart, the Moonshot chart, has predicted that the whole crypto market will start moving. And this is exactly what is happening right now. Then I will share an update of the XRP Bull Bear Index, and I have very exciting news about this one, so stay tuned. If you've been a long-time subscriber and you were waiting for this very moment, I'm glad to announce that it's time. It's the moment of truth. Of course, we are going to take a look at the big picture chart as a decision is being made right now. We're going to have a quick look at the cloud chart. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share an update of the Bitcoin big picture chart as I have very exciting news to share with you. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, let's begin. I remind you that the Moonshot chart is available on my website for free. So if you want it, please have a look at the description of the video. I'm using the 4 days time frame, and this indicator is very simple to understand. When the yellow line is above the green line, we have a bullish market. When the yellow line is below the red line, we have a bearish market. And why do I call this indicator the Moonshot indicator? It's very straightforward. Usually when we have a cross of the yellow line crossing up above the green line and the red line, we have a moonshot from XRP. You can see that it was the case here, right? Just right here, we have the yellow line coming down, we have a touch, and then the price went up like a moonshot, right? That's why it's the moonshot indicator, because we went up. Then here it was exactly the same thing. We have the yellow line crossing up, and we have a huge move to the upside. And more recently, we have this move. We have a cross between the yellow line and the other line, and we have this gigantic move to the upside. And even if we go down, and here in the past, we have the yellow line crossing up, and it was the beginning of this entire bull phase of the market, and we have a gigantic moonshot. So you can have a feel of how important this cross is between the yellow line and the red and green line. Then we have the bearish crosses. For example, here we have the yellow line above the green line, right? And we have a cross down this time. And you can see that starting from this point, we have a bearish market. And that's why, despite the fact that the price was trying to go up in this phase, from the yellow line perspective, we were still below the red line. And you see that when the yellow line was about to cross the red line, it didn't happen, and this is not a coincidence. Before the cross, the price started going down, and we avoided the cross, and we went down to have a new low. Then more recently, we have this cross. Again, after this cross, this was the sign that a new low was coming, and we had this low. That's why when the yellow line is below the red and the green line, it's usually not a good sign. It was the case just right here when we avoided the cross and we avoided the bull market, and instead we started going down because we have this nice curvature of the yellow line going down like this. Here you can see that we avoided the bear cross because after the bull cross, we have the yellow line going up, we have the SEC sell-off and the yellow line going down, but we avoided the cross between the yellow line and the green line. And thanks to this, the line started going up and we stayed in a bull phase. This is exactly why we wanted to avoid the cross between the yellow line and the green line just right here. And I said it months in advance. To stay in a bull market, we needed the yellow lines to stay above the green line. It's that simple. And weeks after weeks, we saw the yellow line going down, and the price was below the green line and the yellow line. That's why the yellow line was going down. It was getting closer and closer and closer to the green line. We even had this rejection from the yellow line, and we got this rejection to the downside. So it was very scary. And we saw that the yellow line was getting closer and closer to the green line, and we needed a reaction from the price to avoid the cross. That's why it's no coincidence, guys, we anticipated everything. It's no coincidence that before the cross we have these moves to the upside. This is exactly what we wanted to see and what we were expecting, because if we had this cross, this would have meant that we were going again in a bear market, because as I said, when we have a cross of the yellow line below the green line, the line starts turning red and we have a bear market and a new low. And that's why we wanted to avoid this scenario, and the price needed to go up to avoid the cross. That's why I'm glad to announce that we avoided the cross with this move, right? With this move, the yellow line was going down, down, down. We were still below and far away from the green line and the yellow line, but just in time, guys. This is incredible. The price reacted as predicted and we went up above the green line and the yellow line to avoid the cross, and this time we have this nice curvature to the upside. This reminds me of the scenario that we had in the past when we were just, let me show you, just right here. But it was the opposite. Why? Because first we have this bearish cross, and after this we have the yellow line going down, down, down and up to retest the red line. And at the same time, the price was going up, right? And the price was above the red line and the yellow line. And everybody was thinking that we were going to the moon. But you see that here was the key point, and we avoided the cross, and that's why just before the cross the price started going down, and we knew from this point that the market wanted to avoid the cross and wanted to drag the price lower. And in our current scenario, this is exactly the same thing, except that right now we are in a bull market. So the price was going down below the green line and the yellow line, and everybody was thinking just right here that we were in a bear market and the price would go lower. But instead, we know that our focus was on the yellow line and the green line. And as we avoided the cross, we stayed very calm, guys, and we were waiting for this move above the green line and the yellow line, and this is exactly what happened. And this yellow line turning up just when we were about to have a cross is a very optimistic sign about the future. So if you want to use this indicator also on your chart, just have a look at my website. I put the link in the description. So this is the very proof that there is no coincidence in this market, and this is the most bullish sign I've seen in a while for XRP. It's time to move to the next chart, the XRP Bull Bear Index. So as you can see on this chart, XRP remains very, very, very bullish. Indeed, we were a little bit scared before the close of the previous candle. Indeed, this candle was very, very scary. Why? Because we pierced the string line, and when we were below the green line, it was very scary because we had more red dots in the XRP Bull Bear Index and the market was a little bit more bearish. But as you can see, before the close of this candle, we were able to go above the string line, and thanks to this, we closed above it. And I remind you that the string line has been a very, very strong support for multiple months in a row right now. After this breakout, we went down, we pierced it, we closed above it. We pierced it in a very deep way with this candle, but we managed to close just above it, right? Then we have a bounce. Here we pierce it again, but we have a close above it. Then we have this gigantic move to the upside, big rejection, and we retested the green line. We pierced it, but we managed to close above it. Even here, we have a close above it, we have a move to the upside after piercing it, right? And with this candle, it was very, very scary because the line was going up and we pierced it with this huge wick, right? But we managed to close above it. This was a key component of what we are experiencing right now. Indeed, thanks to the bulls defending this line, right? Defending this area, we are pushing the price up and up and up. And I really think that with this solid support, XRP is good to go. And that's why for months we were not able to go above the 58 cents level. And right now we are piercing it, and you can see how strong this level is because we got rejected from it just right here. In the past, you can see that it was a level of support, a level of support, a level of resistance, and even here, you can see it, right? Here it was a level of support, so this is a key level, and here of resistance. And this is exactly why breaking above the 60 cents level is a key component of the future cycle. Now you understand how my indicators help us to navigate the market. Without them, we would be clueless about what's going on. But thanks to the XRP Bull Bear Index, we knew that from this point we were officially in a bull market, right? And with the string line, we knew that after the breakout we were officially in a bull market, and as long as XRP stays above the string line, we are good, guys. We are still in a bull market. And that's why months after months after months after months, despite the volatility of the market, we were remaining in a bull market, and we were very, very confident that as long we were staying above this line, we were still pretty optimistic. The string line in green is currently at 52 cents. So as long as XRP stays above this level, we can still believe in a bright future for XRP. I hope it's clear. It's time to move to the next chart, the big picture chart. Okay, so let me give you a quick reminder about this chart. First, we were there, right? Just below the bull market support with the blue dots. So from there, with the breakout below the bull market support to there, we were in this entire phase in a bear market. Then we have this official breakout above the bull market support, and we knew that we were in a bull market starting from this point. After this, we stayed in the band for a while, right? And above the bull market support. Then we have a breakout above the bull bear band, but we got a retest of the band, and we went inside it again to retest the bull market support as a support. Again, it was very scary, but thanks to my indicators, we knew that as long as we stayed above this bull market support, we were still in a bull market. And here we have again some kind of consolidation. We have a retest of the bull market support once again, and as it was successful, we started to see the price going up. And right now with this candle, we see that the price is trying to go above the bull bear band. We were waiting for this very moment. Why? Because the bull bear band was green for this entire phase, right? Then we have our breakout, we penetrated the band, and it turned orange and red. We have orange, red, orange, red, orange, red for this entire phase before turning orange again. And we knew that we were possibly in a transition phase. Then we have this breakout, so it turned green, and we penetrated the band again, and it turned orange. And we wanted to see XRP going up above the band to see the band turning green again. And this is exactly what's happening right now. You see the change of the color from orange to green. So far, the retest of the band during this entire phase has been successful. So now XRP is trying to go above the band and to use the top of the band as a support. you see that just right here we went above it, we went down, we were not able to use it as a support, and we have this candle, this green candle closing inside the bull bear band, and that's why we went lower. This time, if XRP goes down to retest the bull bear band, we don't want the price to stay inside the band. We want it to stay above it. But again, it's very, very optimistic and very hopeful to see XRP trying to break out again above the bull bear band, because we successfully retested the bull market support here and here. And as the bull market support is going up, we were expecting XRP to start going up, because if it was not able to go up like this and we had a cross, but this time to the downside, it would have been very, very bearish. So I'm glad to announce that XRP remains bullish. It's time to move to the next chart, the cloud chart. So on this chart, we have the cloud chart, right? Because the cloud chart is this indicator with the red zones, the orange zones, and the green zones, right? And we know that when we are above the cloud, we are in a bull market. When we are below it, we are in a bear market. And inside it, we are in a transition phase. And months after months, we saw that XRP was playing with the clouds, because after this breakout, with a close just above the cloud, we retested the cloud again and again and again and again. You can see that here we closed inside it. We closed again inside it with the candle piercing the cloud to the downside, but we managed to close above it, right? Then we have this candle closing above it. It was great, but we got rejected again. We closed inside it. We have this huge move to the upside, but with the sell signal, and we got rejected to the downside to retest the cloud. And despite the fact that we pierced it again, we were able to close inside it. That's why it was still orange. Then with this candle, it was very, very scary, but we managed to close inside it again. Then with this candle inside it, just above it with this candle, and it was very scary because we went all the way down to retest the green line and the bull market support. But at the last time, we were able to go up and to close above the cloud. These kind of signs are the signs that the bulls want to defend this area, and they want XRP to stay in a bull market. And you can see that each time that the bears wanted to push us to the downside, the bulls were able to push us up to the upside, and it was a great sign that they wanted to stay in the bull market. At the same time, we have the green line, and we used it as a very strong resistance, right? Here we got rejected. Here we have our official breakout. We used it as a support, support, support again, support again, support again. And that's why we see XRP going up, because we can say with confidence that the green line is a great, great area of support for us. So I like to see what I see. We have the cloud as a strong support for multiple months in a row. We have the green line as a strong support for multiple months in a row. And we know that in the past, these lines were great support during bull markets. So this is the sign that the price wants to go up. In my next XRP video, we will talk about potential targets, so stay tuned. As the last chart of the day, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin. It will be very, very quick. Don't worry. As you can see, this breakout above the yellow line was the first sign that Bitcoin was transitioning in a bull market. And you can see that after this breakout, we went up, but we went down to retest the line as a support successfully, and we went up. Again, we went down to retest the line as a beautiful support, and it was successful again, and we went up, right? At the same time, we have this line, the purple line. and we hit it just right here and we got a rejection. We hit it again, we got a rejection to the downside. And after this official breakout and the retest of the purple line successfully as a support, we were able to push the price to the upside. Again, it was very scary during this entire phase because there was a lot of indecision. At the same time, we had this yellow line below us and the aqua line below us serving us as supports, right? But above us, we had the 200 weeks moving average and the purple line that were strong resistances. And we didn't know where the price wanted to go, and the price needed to make a decision, either to pierce the support or to pierce the resistances. And it needed to choose a side, and I can say right now that the price chose a side and we pierced both resistances, and right now we are navigating above all these lines. This is wonderful, guys. This is the kind of move we want to see to confirm bull phases of the markets. The only thing I'm worried about right now is these confluences. Indeed, we know that these indicators are bottom indicators because in the past, a quick reminder, guys, you see that here we have a confluence between all these lines and it was a bottom. Again, confluence between the gray line, the mountain indicator in green, and the purple indicator just right here, a confluence, and the price went from here to this confluence point. Again, it was the same thing just right here between these three lines. And right now we have these three lines joining at this very particular point. I'm not saying that it will happen, it seems very far from us, but in these markets we never know. That's why I keep an eye on this area. But as we have 4 supports just below us, it would be very surprising to see the price going down to this area. Anyway, you can see that step by step XRP is breaking the resistances here, then here, and we are finally above all these lines. That's why I'm getting more and more optimistic about the next bull run. If you have questions, remarks, please let me know in the comments. You can visit my website and get free indicators. Just have a look at the description of the video. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's all for today, and as always, time will tell.